and welcome to this edition of ACC Live, the free tuition experience. My name is Linda Terry, and it is my pleasure to serve as the ACC Executive Dean of Admissions, Enrollment, and Completion. Working here, I get to know and assist students all the way from starting out as new students to watching them complete their goals. Joining me today is one of our free tuition program students. Cassidy, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Hi, I'm Cassidy, a free tuition student. My major is culinary pastry arts.
Thanks. So today, to kick us off, we wanted to spotlight our Chancellor's testimony yesterday before the U.S. Senate. At the State of Higher Education hearing, Dr. Russell Lowry-Hart spoke to advocate for important resources that will allow our Riverbats and students across the country to thrive. In this clip, Senator Sanders asked Dr. Lowry-Hart about his experience implementing free tuition for students in the Austin area. With increasing enrollment and improved retention, there is nothing but success in our students' future. Let's watch the clip now.
Dr. Lowry-Hart, what has been your experience in providing free tuition for the students in the Austin area?
It's been transformative for the families that we serve. Our enrollment has returned to pre-pandemic levels. Our students are now enrolled in workforce programs that will lead to a family-sustaining wage. We saw a 40% increase in enrollment based on the free tuition program, and it is already producing outcomes in increased retention and success in the classroom.
So what I'm hearing from you is the investment that has been made in those students is going to pay off in a whole lot of ways.
Yes, the ROI on this is undeniable. Every economist will tell you that education attainment is the biggest predictor of which communities are going to succeed or fail. And right now in Austin, we're importing talent from all over the globe, and we need to be investing in our own local students, and the free tuition program is helping us do that.
Very inspiring. If you're interested in watching the full clip, we're going to put the link in the comments here on Facebook. Now that you've heard the passion behind our full tuition pilot program, straight from our Chancellor, we're here to get into a little bit more of the program details. Last year, ACC approved the free tuition pilot program for graduating high school seniors and GED earners in the ACC service area, starting with the class of 2024, and then for each following class year for the next 5 years. Right now, this is a pilot program, but we are really hoping to expand in the future beyond pilot stage. Over the last few years, ACC has watched as the number of area high school seniors going to college has dropped, and we have really strategized around access and affordability, wanting to seriously make the opportunity real for more and more students. One of the things that students always tell us is that affordability and the subsequent debt that they might get into is keeping them away. In the free tuition program, all high school seniors and GED completers in the ACC service area who graduate starting with the class of 2024 would get the free tuition benefit for a 3-year time frame, starting the fall after they graduate. And this is to help them work toward completing their associate degree. Also, these program students who continue at ACC who want to pursue a bachelor's degree will receive 2 additional years of tuition support for that program. This is one of the very many things we are doing to reach the goal of making college more accessible and more affordable for everyone. So a little bit about the program. The free tuition program is a first dollar program, which really means that the funds from ACC are the first dollars that the student receives. It covers the cost of tuition, so that then subsequently the financial aid, scholarship dollars, and other funds that students receive can go much further and help them pay for living expenses and books and other things along the way. Students can still apply for Pell Grants, financial aid, scholarships to get additional financial support to help them cover their expenses, things like housing and childcare and textbooks and more. So As Cassidy introduced herself, we're really excited to have a student who's in the program here with us today. And Cassidy, we would love to hear about your experience. So I'll kick it off. What made you decide to attend ACC?
I had decided to attend ACC not only for free tuition, but also because of my grandmother. My grandmother, she works at ACC, and when I was younger and still now, she would take me to her ACC events. And every time I went, I always seen how caring the staff and faculty were towards the students, and I saw how much they cared and had the same determination for us to succeed. And it made me feel a sense of security and helped me really overcome the fear of coming into college right after high school.
Awesome. So what has been the best part of your time so far at ACC?
I would say the best part so far has been me joining the ACCTV program. It has really helped me try and like stay focused in my classes, even reaching out and like talking to new students. I do have a little, shy. I am shy to talk to people, so it kind of helps me and opens me up to new things. Um, and we had a celebration ceremony for the ACCTV students,
Mhm.
and that was, I would say, the thing that made me the happiest this year, because it was a reminder that although my first year of college may have been like a little rocky, I still overcame a huge milestone for myself, and it helped me to stay encouraged and only be better and more prepared for my next semester.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Congratulations. How has free tuition changed your college experience?
I would say free tuition has changed my college experience because I have a big family,
Mhm.
and without having the financial burden of taking care of my funds for schooling, I can now just stay focused on my studies. And as a culinary major, I don't have to worry about my funds for schooling and then all of my other extra equipment that I may need for culinary. So it's just more like I'm able to stay on track, do what I need to do, and just you know keep bettering myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. The focus is really important, and love to hear that you've got the chance to be really focused on your program. That's
Yes.
what it's all about. Um, what would be your advice to upcoming high school graduates who might be wanting to take advantage of the free tuition program?
Um, my advice would just be like, even if you're not sure what you want to do completely yet, and you're just like, I'm not sure if I want to do what I'm doing right now in school, and if you think you want to change it, it's okay, because ACC, there's different programs for students. And like I said, the staff and faculty, they're always so fast and so quick to help you, and they make you feel comfortable too. So just don't be afraid to try something new. And yeah, just at least you're trying your best. Just try your best. That's all that matters.
Yep, good advice. Any other final thoughts that you have that are related to the pilot program or your time here?
Yeah, just take full advantage of it. And like I said, it's more than just an education, but it's a chance to discover who you are and who you are, out in the real world, and just to have self-development.
Excellent. That's probably exactly what a lot of us working here would say, and it is so wonderful to hear you say that because that's exactly what we're here for. So thank you for sharing about your experience. I appreciate it.
Of course.
I'd like to see now if there's any questions from our viewers out there. Give it a minute here. One of the things that I can share here, because I know having worked with students on the front line for this last year and a half in this program, I do know kind of what some of the questions are. So if there's not any particular questions, I'll kind of cover a couple of things that get asked a lot of times. And one of them is about, is there a special application process for this program? Admissions process for the students stays exactly the same, and there's no additional steps or any changes in the process for this program. Students' eligibility is automated using the information that they provide on their admissions application and their high school transcript or their GED certificate after that. One of the things that we get asked, students are still responsible for course fees, some materials, textbooks, and some fees that are not covered by the program. And in addition to those, it would be the fee for our out-of-district students who don't live in the ACC taxing district. There is a fee for that. The program starts in the fall of every year, and it lasts for 3 academic years. Keeping on with the questions, I know that I get a lot. It's one of them is if the payment system waives the fee automatically. So yes, if the student is qualified for the free tuition pilot program, their free tuition automatically registers in our system, and there's nothing that they need to do. They just, it automatically applies to their account as soon as they register for their classes. A question we sometimes get is what happens if you're in the program and you have to withdraw from classes or drop out. Real important to understand, the program lasts for 3 years, and it starts the fall after your high school graduation or your GED completion. The clock starts in the fall of that year. So it lasts for 3 years, 9 semesters, and whether the student drops out or stops out and decides not to attend, real important to understand is that time clock does continue going, so for 3 years. If a student withdraws or drops out, there isn't any repayment of the tuition that you get under the free tuition program, but if you're on financial aid, there may be other situations where you may have repayment for something that's not related directly to the free tuition program. And the financial aid office can definitely give you information about that. I think the other question, has to do with, how long it lasts, when it starts. Do students have to enroll full time? That's actually a question that gets asked a lot. You don't have to enroll full time to be eligible for the free tuition pilot program. And there's no minimum number of course credits a student has to register for to be eligible. But with this program, we do hope that with the financial support that you're getting, more students can enroll full time. We know, because data show, that students who enroll full time have much better odds at staying in school and completing their degrees, which is what we all want to have happen here. So those are some of the big questions. If you would like more information about the program, we have a fabulous site on the ACC website, a web page with all of the information about the free tuition program. It's also got links to other folks here at ACC who can help answer other questions. If you look at all the information and have other questions, we've got teams of folks standing by that will be glad to talk to you about it. And we are just so excited about the opportunity and having the chance to serve more students and make the difference in their lives and the lives of our community. I'm just checking to make sure that there's not any other question. Question from Facebook. Can you use this for any program within the school? So yes, any credit program, any for credit programs, so associate degrees and certificates, any of the programs that we offer, you can use this for that. Hope that answered that. Okay, well, just wrapping up, thank you so much to Cassidy for being here with us and for sharing your experience. We love to hear from our students. And thank you very much to the team that put this event together and to all of the viewers who joined us today. Thank you very much.